check your altimeter and wait in front of the runway.
Control, would you kindly send me up first?
Spare 8, Champ, this is the control tower. You're not cleared for takeoff. Obey orders.
Go to hell.
All aircraft preparing for takeoff. Watch out for Spare 8. He's forcing a takeoff.
I'll take up command. Any objections? That'll get decided in the skies.
Hi, I'm Rob Cram. Today we're taking a look at Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Developed by Bandai Namco Internal Studios, Ace Combat 7 makes its mark on consoles and PC. For the record, the PS4 version is the only way to play in VR thanks to the PlayStation VR support. So if you're a VR gamer, this version will offer a handful of additional missions for your headset rather than the entire game playable in VR. Ace Combat 7 comes with two modes of play, which includes a single player campaign comprising of 20 missions, a multiplayer option which includes team deathmatch and a battle royale style mode. The latter is a first to a set number of points wins in a free-for-all dog-eat-dog scenario. Looking at the single player campaign, gamers can replay completed missions alongside taking it easy with a free fly option. 20 missions is a lot, and with several difficulty settings to suit, keep players well entertained for the duration. A story presents itself with a mixture of characters offering their own perspective on a war between two nations. The side story presents itself via cutscenes. In-game, players assume the role of silent protagonist, codename Trigger, who as you expect becomes a legend due to his or her flying prowess. What works well is the banter during each mission, giving the game much urgency and drama. While some characters are forgettable, at least each of the 20 missions tests your flying prowess. Story aside, players can utilise two flight control methods with a simple or expert setting depending on your skill level. Once the campaign begins, it's pretty easy to get to grip on what is required in terms of mobility of craft, locking onto targets and generally being a badass pilot, despite starting out as a typical rookie. At the touch of a button, players select a point of view such as inside the cockpit, chase cam or external view with or without HUD. Interestingly, the game feels quite different playing inside the cockpit compared to the default chase cam. The combat itself feels well honed considering the experience and longevity of the series. Missions consist of ground and air targets with a selection of dogfighting, bombing runs, escort duties and more, offering plentiful variety. Some new features such as weather and clouds affecting craft handling is neat, but essentially is the same gameplay fans expect. Players earn credits, unlock new planes alongside various weapons and bonuses. Interestingly, a choice of upgrades to systems keeps things interesting or provides something to strive for. In most instances, selecting the correct plane for the job and loadout is pretty crucial to success. With familiarity comes the same issues which plagued the earlier games though. The checkpoint system is cruel at times, where 20 minutes or more might pass and a death or mistake means replaying from the beginning or a long section. It's vital players pay attention to the banter for mission objective cues, although these are not always obvious. Mission failure is a problem if a specific parameter isn't met, which results in player frustration. Also, the AI wingmen serve as eye candy for the most part, and with no command options become redundant, which is a shame. Also, the enemy AI have cheap flying skills at times, and the odd missile lock-on seems determined to hit you regardless of your evasion skills. Visually, Ace Combat 7 looks great, with an abundance of photorealistic landscapes when viewed from high altitudes, although as expected, flying low to the ground highlights simple structures and somewhat less detail. The game runs smoothly, on PC at least, and manages to allow some headroom using a top-end GPU at max settings and 4K resolution. Performance overall is very good, with no noticeable stuttering or issues at all, which is all fine and dandy. Audio plays quite a prominent role in the Ace Combat series, and here is no exception. A wide selection of music provides a pleasant aural backdrop for most missions. However, the banter takes centre stage here with an abundance of sound bites, so prepare your ears for a constant assault. As mentioned, 20 missions for the campaign takes quite some time to complete, where missions last around 10 to 20 minutes each. do the maths and expect playtime to reach double figures. Obviously, replaying missions for extra spending points is an option, alongside upping the difficulty for subsequent plays. Then the multiplayer beckons if testing your resolve against the aces of the online community is your calling. So, in all, a fair amount to mess with. Once the campaign completes, players are awarded the option to change craft stickers and skins. Ace Combat 7 doesn't deviate too far from previous experiences and will feel quite familiar to series vets. It's an easy game to pick up and play, offering a neat selection of aircraft, maps and mission types. So newcomers shouldn't feel overwhelmed diving in. That said, a few niggles remain with regards to checkpoints, time limits and mission critical objectives, being a little cryptic at times for those not paying attention to the details. However, neat visuals, great audio and enough content to keep players entertained make Ace Combat 7 a welcome addition to the series. Ace Combat 7 scores 8.5 out of 10. I'm Rob Cram, thanks for watching.
That's some nice flying, Trigger. Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here on out. Keep altitude below 600 meters. Good. Maintain your current course.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Stay out of their sight.
Strider, Basilisk 1. Our current ETA matches yours. Catch them off guard. Can we secure the LZ quickly?
We'll get you down safe. I'm worried you're short on men.
Everyone here's already signed their wills.
That ain't funny.
Never was good at jokes. Okay, follow you in. Good luck.
Understood. Strider 1, you've passed through waypoint 2. The valley's about to get narrower. Be careful.
Caution.
When can we take on the final mission? I'm starting to get tired of all this.
This is the last step, Count. We'll take the enemy base and use it as a bridgehead.
Watch yourselves out there. We're going to need all of you in Far Bounty.
Caution. Pull up.
Without Wiseman here, everybody wants to give orders like they're the company commander himself. The best thing about Strider Squadron is that our leader keeps his mouth shut. Watch your speed.
You've passed waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base, imposing radio silence. We won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you.
Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Spotted enemy aircraft in the valley headed for the base.
We've been detected. We've lost the element of surprise.